What's up, you guys? I'm Sabrina and I'm gonna show you how to do space buns today. Let's get started. So I like to start out with more textured hair. I feel like the more smooth and straight it is, the harder it is to get the buns to look nice and messy and full. So the more texture and a little bit of dirtiness, maybe like day 2, day 3 hair, the easier it's going to be to get those buns to look nice and big and textured, because the whole point of space buns is to have 2 cute, messy, big, full buns. Even if your hair isn't that thick, we're going to make it look thick today. So I'm going to start out with spritzing dry shampoo all over. This is IGK's Jet Lag dry shampoo. This is my favorite. This is my go-to. It smells wonderful and it just gives my hair just enough texture, but not too much grit to where I can't comb through it. I'm spraying it mostly at the base, and then I'm gonna just give it a quick spritz all over to give it some extra texture. Next, I'm gonna go through and part it down the center. You can part on the side, but just note that later on you're going to have to beef up one of your buns a little more than the other. I like to keep it nice and symmetrical, makes my job easier, and I prefer the center part. But of course, do whatever makes you feel glamorous. Keep in mind throughout this whole process, nothing has to be perfect. The whole point of this look is to be cute and messy and like you don't give a heck. People that wear space buns aren't perfect people. Well, I'm not anyway. So next, I am going to go in with my elastics. So I'm going to recommend all the products and tools that I use because I found that they really do make a difference. And I've come to find that the Goody clear elastics work the best. They don't snap, because we've all had a hairband snap and it freaking sucks, and I don't want you guys to lose your look as soon as I give it to you. So the elastics do matter. You want strong elastics, and I prefer them to be clear so I don't see them, and so I can hide my bobby pins better, and I don't have any other things to get in the way like a thick black elastic band. But whatever you got. So I'm just going in with one of those, and I'm going to comb everything up in the back to make sure I get all my short hairs. And then the rest I just pull back. I don't want it to look perfect, but I want it to be cleaner in the back, just because I don't want anything falling down. My hair's not that long. I'm just gonna quick check the part in the back. Not bad. That was my mirror. It's fine. Everything's fine. So, the placement of the buns is pretty important. So I like to pull it high up, close to the part, and forward. If they're too far back or too far to the sides, you look kind of like Princess Leia. Not my dig. So try to pull it as far up and forward as you can, just leaving a little bit of room in the front. And I'm just gonna do a willy-nilly messy bun. It doesn't super matter what it looks like right now. So then I kind of pull it apart, pull some of these hairs down. I don't want it to look super perfect. I want it to be more soft and messy. I pull out some of the baby hairs. And then once I have everything feeling nice and secure and I have everything kind of pulled apart, I'm just gonna kind of tease it with my fingers almost. Get that nice and big and messy. And then I'm gonna start pinning. So the bobby pins do matter as well, and I'm going to show you how to hide them. And my favorite bobby pins are Sally's bobby pins. So if you're a blonde, I use the gold ones. They have brown and they have black as well. So I'm going to go in and do my first pin. So the key is to pin where you hold. It seems like, duh, you pin where you hold, but a lot of the times you'll be holding in one spot and then you pin it in a random other spot that has nothing to do with where you're holding it. So just make sure you're pinning where you're holding, and grab any crazy loose hairs. It's okay to have little pieces out because we want it to look nice and fun, but nothing out of control to where they're gonna just completely fall apart. So I usually pin on the top first. So I'm just pulling these hairs and holding it where I want to pin, pulling the bobby pin apart, and then sticking it right where I'm holding it. And I always pin in toward the bun so you can essentially barely see it. Then I'm gonna go pin the bottom, holding it, pinning where I was holding, and then pushing the pin toward my bun. If it feels nice and tight, that's good. I always tell my clients when I'm doing their updos, if it hurts, it works. So then once I have that nice full bun there, I just do a little bit more pulling, a little bit more detail. Oh, I don't like that. And now we have our first bun, yay! So it's nice and high up, it's the fullness I want. You can make them littler too. I think little buns are cute too, but this is how I get my big beefy space buns. I use the word beefy a lot, I don't know why, I don't know. So I'm gonna go in with the other one. So I got my little elastic ready, and then I'm going to brush this all up and in. Hopefully it looks good in the back because I'm not about to bend over and grab my mirror. So I'm going to pull that up nice and high, close to the part, and push it forward. Make a messy bun. Again, don't stress about how it looks right away. Start pulling some hairs out. Get your 90s on. I'm kind of pulling this part too, so it's not perfectly slicked up. I think volume and like looseness looks really cute. That's just my preference. So then I start pulling this apart, teasing it with the fingers. Now do my first pin, holding this in the spot I want it to be. And my next pin. So I feel like it's a good bun day when I use 2 pins per bun. If you need 3 or more, that's totally fine. But I feel like the less pins, the better. You want the bun to be nice and secure from the get. So just doing a nice, secure, messy bun with a strong elastic to have a good base. And I'm just gonna pin my back hairs up so those aren't falling out all day. I'm just putting the bobby pins across there to hold those baby hairs up, and then I just do a little more pulling and detailing here. Make sure nothing's super out of place. They don't have to be perfectly symmetrical, but you want them to be somewhat. You want them to be like sister buns. You don't want them to be cousins. You don't want them to be twins, but you want them to be related, you know? So now I'm gonna go in with the Fatboy hairspray. This is my new go-to hairspray as well. This is the flexible hold just because I like my hair to look nice and natural. I don't want it to look cemented or like netted down. So I just do a good amount of flexible hold hairspray, and that usually holds the foundation in place. Alright, so there you have it. We have our completed space buns. I hope this video was helpful for you.